How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. We're going to be diving right back into the alpha in just a minute. Let me get the webcam all fixed up and ready to go. How's everybody doing, boys? Welcome back to another stream, man. Dude, my hair is getting so long. I need to go get a haircut or something, dude. I need to go get a haircut. I think I'll try for tomorrow, dude. Because the alpha, oh my god, the alpha. My sleep schedule, my schedule for life is wrecked with the alpha. So I gotta get back to the regular dudes. But yeah, let's get the music back up and running first. Oh, that's loud. Here we go. Song of a car starting up. It's fucking weird. What is this? How's everybody doing though? Welcome back, boys. So we got a chat. We got ourselves the boys in here. We got ourselves Kren, the beautiful Thomas, Dawood, Quinn, Baram, Benham. Yo, Rajabi. I'll call you Rajabi, dude. How does that sound? Let's see even better. Camilo. We got ourselves your boy T Walker, Aza, Nacho. We got Genji in the house. We got Pine, William, Thomas, Toxic Slaying, Boy Type. How you doing, my man? What's up, Chanel? What's up, Pine? How y'all doing? What's up, Very Delup? I tried. Java. What's up, my man? How you doing, my dude? What's up, A-Bars? How you doing, my dude? Paul, my dude. What's up, man? Can you please look at Warrior if you haven't already? You can take a look at the Warrior again. So I got a video prep for the Warrior for tomorrow, but we can dive into the Warrior again today. What's up, Dala? What's up, Jimbo? Hope you're having a good one. What's up, Neon? Adi. Let's not waste any more time. Let's dive back to Shadowlands. Now, for Shadowlands, we have not allied races, Covenant abilities, and I've gotten one more for one more character, and that is my Priest. I just got it. And I just harvested back to a train dummy, so we can take a look at that as well. But what character do we start, boys? I'll let the chat decide. What class do you want to see? However, if you say Rogue or Death Knight, there is a video. So if you want, and there's one for Hunters right now and Druids. So we'll be linking a video in the chat where it has the full, like, I go over everything, all the new abilities, all the class abilities, all the challenge changes, and show a little bit of gameplay. So I might skip those classes out unless, like, overwhelmingly a lot of you guys want to see it. Warlock, Druid, Priest, there's a lot of you guys. So I'm gonna try to pick, I'm gonna try to get a feel for the room, see what we're feeling like. We can try to get through as many as possible, man. Priest, Monk, Priest, Warrior. We got Priest. We got a couple of people actually like asking for Priest here. I'm liking that. Palo, we can show Paladin. They're really good right now. Which Rogue is good? Dude, Rogue is feeling really good to play. Enhancement? Shaman! I like that idea. I think it's between Warrior, Priest, a bit of Enhance, and some of you asking for Palam. Arcane, Mage. We could show Mage. I took a little bit of time in Mage. I'm Batman. What's up, Doit? Fucking Batman giving up his identity somewhere in the chat and a flood of messages, dude. Let's do Priest. Let's do Priest since I already have a Covenant ability. Let's start with the Priest, and we'll see the room after. Because there's a good chunk of you guys who want to see Priest, and I'm interested to see Priest for myself. Because Priest is something I have not taken a close look at myself either. So, let's start with that. I just love that Arcane. Arcane is a lot of fun. I think it's going to be pretty good on this new X-Pack. Hold on, let me go and, here's the bar. I'm going to put it like here-ish. It's nowhere near where I usually have all my bars for like mana and stuff. But close enough, right? So we can see things a little bit better. It's close enough, right, chat? Close enough to where I usually have my stuff. It's not moving. Alright, cool. So we got ourselves Priest, and oh, man, where do we start? Let's start from the start, dude, with Discipline. Or should we start with Shadow? Priest is mostly a healer. Let's start with Discipline. This is the healer that a lot of you guys play, but also you play Holy and whatnot. So let's start with this just from the top down. Boon of the Ascendant is the new ability for the Covenant. We'll put it as 5, I guess. We can put it maybe as shift 2. They don't really have a shift 2 anywhere. 3-minute cooldown. That's quite a long one. Alright, let's take a look at where. Oh my goodness. Already with a dono, Barul, my man! Tell me some Priest. Okay, we got a hashtag Barul in chat showing appreciation for being a goddamn beauty, Barul! For being a goddamn beauty with a dono. Thank you so much, my man. Super fucking generous of you. You're a beautiful butterfly, my man. Alright, take a look at the Priest, boys. We're gonna look at everything. So this is a class that I have not taken a close detailed look in Shadowlands yet. So I'm gonna try to sink my teeth into it. Do you have anything new? Because, okay, look at Warlocks. Last time we looked on stream, we didn't see a baseline portal stone, or circle summoning. You know, the port, the teleport, the Warlock Chapter. You know what I'm talking about. It's a talent. Like, how am I supposed to? Nobody uses that ever. But that was apparently for some reason in the general section instead of class section. So I'm just making sure to look at general every single time. Priest. Every priest looks like it's gonna have Desperate Prayer. So that means Shadow gets Desperate Prayer, boys. That's gonna be so big. Desperate Prayer, 1.5 minute cooldown, increasing maximum health by 25%. Easily heals you for that amount. This is a good defensive. We got ourselves Dispel Magic. Bit of mana. I don't even know how much mana this is supposed to be. Like, probably hopefully not a lot. Beneficial magic effect. Fade. Removing your threat from 10 seconds. I really hope that they would have added like some sort of a magic shield with it too, for like BFA had, but it's okay. We got Leap of Faith, 1.4 minute cooldown. You guys let me know if something is different if you're priest main, and if something is different like Leap of Faith, if it'll say like, oh, it's normally 2 minutes on live. Let me know, just because I'm not a priest main, so I might have missed something minor. We got a 45-second cooldown on Mass Dispel. Dispels magic in a 15-yard radius, removing all harmful magic for 5 friendly targets and 1 beneficial effect from 5 enemy targets. So this is a target cap of just 5, but I guess it never really mattered for priest because you're really doing it in a dungeon. But in a raid, that means you can't do it from a full raid party. That could be really weird. Mind Blast is in the game. 13-second cooldown. Blast the target's mind for a bit of shadow damage, preventing the next damage they deal. So Mind Blast isn't going to be like a full-blown damage for Disc Priest. It is going to have a damage prevention, right? Normally where you would have that with Smite, and it looks like Smite lost that completely. So it looks like Mind Blast is just going to reduce the next bit of damage from the boss and the enemy, which could be nice. You Mind Blast before a boss is like a big hit. You reduce some of the impact of that damage. Plus it does quite a bit of damage itself too. Now, Blizzard themselves said that Mind Blast should be quite a bit of your mana as this priest, so you might not be spamming it as a damage rotation unless you're trying to do as much damage as possible. Mind Control still in the game. 1.5 second cast. Control mind of level 1 above of a mind over 1 level above yours for 30 seconds. Does not work versus demons, undead, or mechanical beings. Shares the mission turns and other turn effects. With Waspian and Shadowlands, aren't most enemies undead? So this might not be that good. Unless you PvP. Mind Seer! Ho ho ho! Mind Seer, boys. We're gonna sear some minds. Mind Seer. Corrosive shadow energy radiates from the target, dealing shadow damage over 2.5 seconds to all enemies within 10 yards. Generates insanity over generation. It has generation insanity. Does this give a healing from atonement? Hold on. Wait, are you guys alliance? Oh, you guys are alliance. Okay, you. Do you get atonement healing from this? You do! And atonement heals! Oh my god, that's actually so good! If this is a lot of damage, and this seems to do quite a bit in a group pack, you can just atonement everybody. Mind Seer. That's like a better version than Holy Nova. Oh my god. Wait, it does similar healing as Holy Nova, but maybe this has better mana to it? No mana! It has no mana cost! Oh, this would be so good in PvP too. Moving on to Power Forward Fortitude, that's 5% stamina. A lot of the mage one with the intellect buff, the warrior attack power buff, and now the priest stamina buff are all 5% now. So that's a bit of a nerf to utility, but it's not that bad since everybody else has it. You get so many more utility abilities, it's fine, I think. Power Word Shield has still a forbearance, or weakened soul on a 6-second cooldown, so you can still spam up a bunch of shields. Cannot be shielded and target for 7.5 seconds. Psychic Scream is still in the game. 30-second cooldown base. Wait, 30-second cooldown. That means you don't need to talent into Psychic Scream, boys. Wait, is that true? Was it normally a minute on live? Oh, I am Psychic's voice, so it is normally a minute. Okay, so normally it would be at 30. Yeah, so it's a minute. Okay, I just had to make sure. Resurrection is still back in the game. We'll take a look at talents in just a bit. Shackle Undead. Shadow Word Death. Inflicting shadow damage to an enemy. If target is not killed by Shadow Word Death, caster takes damage equal to the inflicted target. Does not trigger atonement, so you cannot cheese atonement. Oh, that's a big crit. That's a big crit. Wait, you can be like a really DPS focused Disc Priest now. You can really just blast a bit of damage. Look at this. You mind blasting and you just Shadow Word Death. You take a bit of damage. That is cool. And then Smite, and then you have eventually a Mind Soothe, which Smite is just Smite. Mind Soothe soothes the target, reducing the rate at which it will attack you by 10 yards. Only affects humanoid dragonkin targets, does not cause threat. That'd be nice for questing, I guess. You know, you gotta get some item and there's mobs all around, you can mind soothe them. That'd be cool, I guess. Master Spell rank 2. Master Spell now potent enough to remove some magic that is normally undispellable. Wait, so you have to earn so at lower levels you will not be able to take off bubbles from paladins. And then level 58, power, infusion, and that's a class ability. That means Shadow also gets power infusion, I think. Power infusion, instant, 2-minute cooldown, infuses the target with power for 20 seconds, increasing haste by 25%. Wait, this is basically Bloodlust, and it says target. You could choose who you infuse. This could be huge. Priests are gonna be nuts. Dude, imagine if priests suck as a healer, but you bring him for the power infusion. Oh, that's so good. It's like you could actually just be the worst class in the game, the worst healer, and just be brought in. Oh, that's cool. Alright, that's class-based abilities. Take a look at this itself. You got Holy Nova, that does a bit of holy damage, and healing to allies, and I think... So, normally I'd be able to, like, heal... I guess I can heal myself, right? I have 66, but if I attack... Wait, Atonement on myself? Do I heal for more? Yes, you do. You have double the heal, so you could double dip. Or not? Does that have a master that buffs it? Wait, okay, I told myself. Combat log, just to make sure. Can you double dip on that? You probably can, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, atonement myself. So let's just hit him with a smite, just to refresh it, right? Smite, atonement healed me. Okay, Holy Nova healed me. It hit the target. And then atonement heal me. Yeah, so you can double dip with Holy Novas. So you can get basically double the healing whenever you have atonements up. That's cool. I just want to make sure that it works properly. Priest needed this, willing to sell power infusion 100k gold. Really? You don't like it? This power infusion stacked with Bloodlust. I have no idea. We don't even have access to level 58. You have to get it to level 58, but you can only level to like level 53 on Shadowlands Alpha right now. We still have Levitate, that's cool. Mass Res still in the game. Mind Vision, so you can still see through the eyes of the enemy or friend. We got ourselves Pain Sup, 3-minute cooldown, 40% damage reduction, castable while stunned, so that should be the same. Penance does a lot more healing. 2000 healing versus 800 damage. The healing from Penance actually is, wow, that's really good. 9-second cooldown, reduced with haste, I think. No, it actually isn't reduced with haste. Wait, what is it reduced? Mind Blast reduced with haste? Penance isn't, though. Is it normally reduced with haste? I could be wrong. Power Word Barrier. Summons a Holy Bear to protect allies. The target location for 10 seconds, reducing all damage by 25% and preventing damage from melee spell casting. 3-minute cooldown. I think that's normal. Power Word Radiance. 20-second recharge, 2 charges. Not too much mana. Burst Light heals the allies within 4 yards and applies the trauma for 6%. That's normal, I think. Then Purge the Wicked, we could actually talent out of it just to see Power Word, Shadow Word Pain. Okay, that's just like a normal ability. So I guess when you go Disc, it becomes a Purge the Wicked. Another thing is the same. Purify, dispelling all magic and disease effects off of a friendly target. Rapture for the next 10 seconds. Power Word Shield absorbs for additional 200. Is that the right number? 200? 30% of HP is not considering crit. That's true. So we get new abilities past level 50. I'm going to learn new ability expect. Yeah, we just looked at it. Mind Soothe, Master Spell, rank 2, and Power Infusion. Master Spell is like the shield, like Paladin Bubble Remover, basically. Rapture, is that normal 200%? Does anybody know? Shadowman, we'll do a key on retail today. I have not even done keys on my olds this week, boys. I've been so into Shadowlands. We'll eventually go back to doing keys and doing some retail stuff, but I've just been so into Shadowlands. Let's just do this. Let's keep streaming Shadowlands until I'm like starting to like wane from it. And once we are waning, we'll actually like do other stuff. 200% is normal? Okay. This gives you a heal. If ally will take 73 damage every 1 second until they've taken... Okay, so I think it was the same. Shadow Fiend, 3 minutes, 15-second duration. Atonement heals for 50% of the damage done, which I think is just going to be stuck like that, and I don't know if Master increases that. Increases healing and absorption. Okay, on target Atonement. Alright, so that's the changes that they've done recently to them. Melee attacks against should still give you Focus Will, Master Grace, Power of the Dark Side. Every purchase of the Wicked has a chance to empower your next penance with Shadow, increasing its effectiveness, so healing and damage. Cool. Talent-wise, is have Castigation. There's the Fate, which I think is the same, and still Schism. If I were to get Schism back, oh, where am I gonna put this? Oh no, we have so many. Let's put this here, and we'll put this, I don't know, here. There's so many abilities now. I don't know what to put everything. Body and Soul is still here. Massacre 10%. Angelic Feather still in the game. Then we have Shield Discipline for 0.5% of your maximum mana every time Shield is removed. Oh god, now I'm actually thinking Power of Soul is what I need, because this is what you normally run live. Okay, so I think the damage of this might be a little weaker, but it's maybe too early to tell. Wait, nope. Wait, I guess I'm just gonna, since I don't have an interrupt, I guess my interrupt is gonna be the Mind Seer. That'll work. Psychic Voice, Dominant Mind for 2 minutes, or a knockback, so you still have knockback at 45-second cooldown. I think that's normal, 45, maybe that's went from 30 to 45, but I have to check again. Since the menu, damage and ability still increased by 12, I remember that. I don't run Contrition, so I have no idea if that's any good. Shadow Covenant did get changed though. So Shadow Covenant got changed a little. So what it does now is 20-second cooldown, bit of mana, instantly heals a target and 4 other allies within 30 yards for 1,000, and increases the shadow damage you deal by 25,000 for 25% for 7 seconds. But during this period, you're unable to cast any holy spells. So if I do Covenant, I can cast holy spells. I can do damage, but it says I can't cast holy spells. Does that mean it won't let me cast Shadow Man? Because that's not a holy spell. That's like a shadowy spell. Hold on, let's try it again. It says I can't cast holy spells, but I can cast Smite. Can I heal? I could heal. I could Shadow Mend. Okay, I don't think this actually works yet. I'm pretty sure what's supposed to be is Shadow Mend supposed to be replaced by Flash Heal, and when you cast Shadow Covenant, you're not supposed to be able to cast any holy spells. Because Penance is holy, right? Okay, Penance? Still cast Penance. I could heal myself with abilities. I don't think it works properly, but the idea is supposed to be like you will Shadow Covenant, like you'll heal allies, you will start doing more damage, but you will be able to directly heal allies, so you'll be able to go for atonement, big damage numbers, kind of. I think that's essentially what they're trying to get you to do. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do Mind Blast. So you do more damage with all your abilities that do damage, I would think, during that short moment. But I don't think it works right now as it's supposed to. This isn't able to cast holy spells, but you can still smite and stuff. I like the idea behind it though, but it doesn't work. At least right now. It's bugged in the alpha? Okay. Then we have Purge the Wicked, which I think is the same. Divine Star, which I think is the same. I never play it. And then Holy Halo, the same we played ever. I think it's the same. Maybe better? Would have to check. In level 50, we got to change to one of the roles. Light's Caress. Allies are healed for 1,000 when they gain the benefit of Power Word Barrier, and healed again for 1,000 when while under the barrier when it expires. So basically a 2,000 heal. Well, numbers are going to adjust and change, so like don't look at 2,000 as like the final number. We're not even a max level character, so you know it's gonna go up and down, and Blizzard could balance it. But a heal with Power Word Barrier doesn't sound bad for like, because you stack under the shield and you don't ever run out of the shield early. Usually we'll stay in for the full duration on a group. So this is actually kind of a good talent on raids, maybe even on dungeons. 3-minute cooldown for barrier. Or you could go Luminous Barrier, which gives you a shield on everybody for 1,334. But you could use this to prevent damage from a group. Or Evangelism to extend your atonements. I feel like that's a more competitive row now. Dude, this stuff got me pumped on my level some right now. Go for it. It's gonna be pretty good, I think. Okay, so what is the hardest hits we can get with our Schism here? So we got a Schism here. We're gonna go for Mind Blast. We're gonna go for all the abilities, dude. What hits the hardest here? Yeah, with this spec, you can actually do quite a bit of damage now when you Schism. Because you can Mind Blast and do a lot of damage too. You'll do a bit of damage. If you crits, it does a lot. You can always Shadow Word Death. That does quite a lot. That seems to be pretty consistent. So it seems like you have a lot more offensive power as a Disc Priest. You'll be even more deadly in PvP. I feel like you're already pretty deadly in PvP right now. Wait, you can actually maintain this Mind Blast buff if, let's say, the enemy doesn't ever like attack, like a train dummy. I wonder what you can stack this to. This has got to be a cap, right? Because I was with Smite, you had a cap. It's like a second delay, 1,000 to 1,900. Wow, so eventually, I wonder if there is a mechanic where like you'll have the final boss at a distance while you're fighting his minions, but you can still hit the boss. I wonder if a Disc Priest can stack a bunch of Mind Blasts while in range and just get a massive like buff where the boss will just have all that damage absorbed. I wonder if you can cheese it, because if you just make sure to cast it on like the... It's also reduced by haste, so you'll be able to get it faster. Okay, I got it to 2,800. Can you stack this indefinitely? Because you see what I mean? Like, let's say you have a boss that's like just doing a monologue and you're fighting these minions, but you can still tag the boss and they're not doing any attacks. And imagine stacking a massive mind blast. Okay, it has a cap. It has a cap of 2,853. That would be interesting though, if you could like keep a stack and then do some big attack where normally you'd have every pop cooldowns, but with the one Disc Priest, boy, you just like reduce it to do like 5 damage. Negative damage. Just heals. Alright, let's take a look at the Holy next. Holy is the one spec of Priest that I don't play all that much. So, I will be honest, I need some help with Holy. I need a lot of help with Holy, really. This is one spec I just don't know much about. Take a look at the general tree for Priest abilities. You have Mind Blast, so you can still cast that as a Holy. You have Flash Heal instead. Power Word Shield. You have Shield, actually. It shields you for a bit. Wow, that's actually quite good. Instant cast as a Holy Priest would actually be pretty good. I know you don't have like affinity for shields, you don't have extra absorbs, but just having it could be good. Imagine a situation is going to be... Is it kind of a cooldown? It doesn't. It still has that effect of you can't shield more than one. So imagine like shielding all your allies as a Holy. I know it doesn't shield for a lot, but it's like better than nothing when you're expecting big damage. Does it cost a lot of mana? It costs a decent amount of mana. But that's still cool that they give you an option, you know what I mean? Put it away for now. Psychic Scream with a talent, it's gonna be reduced, so that's still 1 minute. Resurrection, Shackle Undead, Shadowboard Death. That's Holy? Could we get a damage Holy Priest back in the game? We have Holy Fire, we have Smite. We'll try that after this, boys. We'll try to make a damage Priest after this. We'll also have Still Power Infusion, Massive Spell Ring 2, and Mind Soothe. On to the Holy base abilities. Circle Healing is baseline. So that's going to be your base AoE heal on a fairly short cooldown reduced by haste. 4 injured allies for 500. That's going to be pretty good for small groups. Can you open character info page for stats? Yeah. Our gear is not amazing on this, so they gave us really low item level gear. This probably going to be gear worse than what you... Like, when... Your character that's in like maybe LFR, this might be worse than LFR gear on BFA. If you were to like scale a character in full LFRs into Shadowlands with all the like scaling stuff, you might actually have better stats than this in the end, but we'll have to wait and see. You know, but yeah, a lot of people said that these characters are pretty underwhelming, like with the gear we're getting. I got a couple pieces from quests, but it's not much of an item level grade. But yeah, this is the stats. I think the mastery is the same. Okay, I'll just keep it running if you want to look at it. We got also Divine Hymn still in the game, 3 minute cooldown. I believe it's the same, but I need to check. Guardian Spirit is 3 minute cooldown. Calls upon a Guardian. Healing received by 60%, so extra 60% healing. Prevents the target from dying. The sacrifice terminates the effect and heals the target 40% of maximum health, castable while stunned. Massive damage amounts will kill the target despite the effect, so you cannot immune things with this. I think that's also still in the game. Efficient heal that heals for quite a bit actually. This heals for quite a lot, like the numbers. It's a pretty big number. Then we have Holy Fire, does a bit of damage. 10 second cooldown. Holy Nova, I'm pretty sure it's still in the game too, unless only Disc has it. We got Chastise for a incapacitated, cooldown reduced by 4 seconds when you cast Smite. I like that yeah, it's still there. We got Holy Word Sanctify. Releases a miraculous light on the target location, so it's like a reticle. Only on for 6. Okay, I think this is bugged and I have to make a macro in order to get a reticle going for this, but that kind of sucks. Or maybe target location? So wait, maybe it's target? Is this like a reticle thing or is this a target? Because it could be target's location. Wait. At a target location. So it looks like you should be able to target it, but I'm pretty sure it's bugged. Sometimes it gets a bug where when on the alpha, it'll automatically choose the player as the target. Kind of like with mushrooms. Okay, let's do this. Just to make sure. We'll just plug it in to make sure that it works properly. We also can get it back by casting Prayer of Healing. You reduce by 6 when you cast Prayer of Healing, and by 2 seconds when you cast Renew. Wait, it reduces by 2 seconds when you cast Renew? That seems really good. Renew can get it back. That's awesome. Okay, so if we get this back here. Yeah, you could cast it like one area effect area. Okay, so it's a bug in the alpha right now. Holy Word Serenity, cooldown reduced by 6 seconds when you cast Heal or Flash Heal. So I like this with Renew. Is that new? This heals for quite a lot for a minute-long cooldown. Yeah, that's a pretty big heal. Levitate, still in the game. Mass Res, Mind Vision. Prayer of Healing we just used on 4 nearest allies. Was that the cap in live? Prayer of Mending, which actually seen this instant cast. I don't know if that's like that on live, but it's instant cast. And I remember in one of the expansions it was insta, and that seems really good because you can just spread it out. Really efficient healing. Place a ward in the ally that heals them for a bit when they take damage, then jumps to another ally, jumps to 5 times, and then last 30 seconds each jump. So I think you could stack it to like 10. You can. Can you stack it more than 10? Let's check. Purify is still in the game too. For Magic Disease, Renews in the game for instant cast. Hot, similar Hope for the extra mana. You are the second, so there's only 2 healers that have a mana thing. Mana Tide Totem returns for Shamans. So yours is on a 5-minute cooldown, theirs is on a 3 minutes. So this is still cool. So Priest I think will still be really strong. Focus Will is still in the game. Echo of Light with Mastery is still there. Direct Healing will also heal for additional 6 seconds. And Spirit Redemption, so when you die, you'll become a spirit, healing allies. Okay, on to the talents. But that was weird. Enlightenment, mana regenerate 10% faster, like on live. Trail of Light seems to be the same or close enough. Endure Renewal, single target spells, refresh the duration of your renewal on a target. That seems cool. I don't know if that's live like that or not. Angel of Mercy, damage taken reduces the cooldown of Desperate Prayer based on the amount of damage taken. And you have 1.5 minute cooldown Desperate Prayer. Okay, so that's the same. Perseverance, when you cast Renew on yourself, it reduces all the damage you take by 10. That's pretty cool. And Angelic Feather for the mobility. Then we got Cosmic Ripple. When Holy Word Serenity and Holy Word Sanctify finish their cooldown, you emit a burst of light that heals 500 allies for 500. So essentially when you like pop a heal on yourself, right? And then you have it on cooldown, but when you use Flash of Light to get it back faster, when it's almost done, when the cooldown is almost up, stand still! Warrior, come back! Try to heal you. Look, it'll just radiate a bit of heal. There we go. I'll try to show you. Cosmic Angel. When Guardian Spirit expires without saving the target from death, reduce remaining cooldown. So if you pop Guardian on an ally and they don't die to sacrifice Spirit, you get it back a little faster. So it goes from a 3 minute to a 2 minute if you are able to save somebody with that cooldown. Then there's Afterlife. Increases the duration of Spirit Redemption, so when you die, you Spirit for a bit longer. Increases the range of your healing abilities. But while Spirit Redemption by 30%, so you can heal further. Psychic Voice versus Ascension, which is a stun, replaces Chastise, and then Shining Force for a knockback at 45% cooldown. Then you have Surge of Light. Your healing abilities and Smite have a chance to 8% chance to make a next flashlight instant custom mana stacks up to 2. Or Binding Kill reduces the remaining cooldown of both Holy Word Serenity and Holy Word Sanctify, which is really good. Heals you, your target, and another friendly. That's like super efficient heal. And then Prayer Circle. Using Circle Healing reduces the cast time of your Prayer of Healing by 30% for 8 seconds. So Prayer of Healing is the big AoE. So when you use Circle Healing, your next Prayer of Healing is a pretty quick heal. I like that. That could be really good for like... Wait, it's a buff! So you can spam it! Oh, that could be really good for AoE! My wife has chat says that it has SSD, trust me. That's pretty... I like this change. This is pretty cool, actually. Then you have 45 with Benediction. Your Prayer Mending has a 20% chance of leaving you on each target heals. So Prayer Mending is this, the one that bounces around. Or you go Divine Star, which I don't know anybody runs it. Maybe Halo. I think maybe Holy actually runs it. At level 50, we have Light of the Nara. The cooldowns of your Holy Words are reduced by additional 30% when you cast the relevant spells. So you can get back your Holy Word Serenity, Holy Word... Fuck, I didn't add a show tooltip in this thing, so I can't sanctify. So I can read it properly. Here we go. So you get it back faster. Oh, you go Apotheosis with 2-minute cooldown, enter pure holy form, increasing all cooldown reduction. Wasn't this on a different row? I think this was on a different row, but maybe I'm wrong. Enter a pure holy form for 20 seconds, increasing cooldown reduction from your holy words by 300 and reducing the cost by 100. So you can like spam out a bunch of words. Think wings for paladins essentially. Or salvation, 12-minute cooldown, heals a bunch of allies, places renew, and 2 stacks of permitting on everybody. Cooldown reduced by 30 seconds when you cast Holy Word Serenity and Holy Word Sanctify. Wasn't this a minute? Was this always 30 seconds? So I think they're making this a longer cooldown. But that's interesting. And that's Priest right there. What's the first class to show us? Priest, that's the first one I've even started, my dude. Okay, I think I got through everything, right? It seems good. I don't really know. I don't play Holy. But what do you guys think of Holy? Yo, all your holy boys out there. All your holy boys. What seems good? What seems good? Do you guys like Holy Priest or no? Let's take a look at Shadow while we're at it though. Okay. So Shadow, you have everything the same. Nothing new. You have Desperate Prayer, which is huge for PvP. That's an extra defensive to survive things. Shadow could have some survivability with Desperate Prayer. That's a huge upgrade, dude. That's a nice update. Having Death as a baseline is super nice. It does damage and gives you Insanity. It does damage back to you, but like you have Vampiric Touch. Like you're gonna heal yourself a little over time. The healer doesn't have to worry about you. You don't heal for a lot, but it'll work itself out essentially. You know what I mean? You have Void Form and stuff. So that's really cool. Then we have ourselves Dispersion, 2-minute cooldown. Reduces damage by 75% for 6 seconds. This is buffed a little, isn't it? 75% instead of 60, I think. Enable to attack, increasing movement speed by 50, makes you immune to movement pairing. Void Form, Sanity Drain is temporarily reduced by 100, so you don't drain Void. Castable with sound, Fear to Silence. This seems really good. Castable while silenced, not interrupted, but seems really good. You have Levitate, Mind Flay is the same. Mind Vision, Purify Disease, Shadow Man, all the same. Shadowboard Void, but if we talent out of it, we go at Mind Blast, which is actually a base ability. Wait, let's still we'll go with Void for now. Just for now. Shadow Fiend, 3 sanity summon attacks, 15-second duration. I think it's mostly the same. Increasing the spell damage by 10%. Do you not have any more armor? Didn't this used to give you armor? Did you lose armor for Desperate Prayer? Oh no. Then we have Silence, which have Last Word. So you can go actually with a stun too. So what does Silence look like normally? 45 seconds, 4 seconds. Also interrupts spellcasting and prevents any spell not skilled from being cast for 4 seconds. Silence is target preventing them from casting spells against non-players. Also interrupts spellcasting and prevents any spell not skilled from being cast for 4 seconds. Okay, so it's the same Silence. VT is 85% of the... Wait, is this normal? 85% of the single target damage you do? I think that's normal. And this makes it 100%. 15 seconds, shadow damage, 2 minutes. Okay, so it's not that bad. Then there's VT. It dispelled the horror target, generates 6 sanity, so I think that's normal. Void Eruption. Release a bolt of explosive blast of pure void energy. Activate a void form, 10-yard range. Your void form's ability placed with Void Bolt. You've seen that before. Then we have Focused Will. That's the same. Hallucinations is the same. Mastery of Madness is the damage of your Shadow Word Pain, VT, Shadow Word Void, or Mind Blast, Mind Flay, Mind Seer, Void Eruption, Void Bolt. Then Mind Blast rank 2 is reduces the cooldown by 7 seconds, so apparently it's a pretty long cooldown when you first start. Shadow Apparitions that float to your targets, Void Bolt, that's normal. Void Form, seems 20% damage increase, so is that changed? Void Bolt rank 2. Void Bolt can be cast while channeling Mind Flay. That'll be a really good one. Speed up the gameplay quite a bit. I like this one though. So it feels like it can be a Mind Blast and then channeling Void Bolting while you're channeling. This could be really good. This could be really, really good for single target. It's only Mind Flay though, so you won't really use it for AoE, but this is pretty good for single target. So you can just kind of turret them while Mind Flaying. That'll be really good for PvP because you can slow and hit them with Void Bolts. That'll be really good for PvP, I think. That could be really good. Alright, take a look at the talents. You got Fortress of Mind, 20% more Insanity and 10% more damage for Mind Flay and Mind Blast. We got a Shadow Insight to have a chance to Pain, so have a chance to proc Fear Mind Blast. And Void, which is 2 charges. Then you have Body and Soul, 40% movement speed and land to increase VT healing and reduce the cooldown by 45 seconds. And changeability, shorter cooldown adds a heal, and I don't think it. What is dispersion? Boys, how strong is dispersion right now in BFA? Does anybody know? Because is it 60% on live or is it 75? Because I think intangibility added you extra defensiveness and gave you a heal. But now I think the defensiveness is base into disperse, but not super high. Just a Fade is still in the game. Below 35%, you gain 10% more damage, so Execute is still there. We got Misery to apply VT also to give Shadow or Pain, and Dark Void to follow too. Nobody plays it? Intangibility? That's a good PvP one though. Maybe I'm wrong. This seems the same. Last Word, reduce the cooldown by 15. This gives the AoE Fear, replaces Psychic Scream. And then Psychic Horror, 4 second stun. 45 second cooldown. I think that's normal. Was that a 30 second cooldown or 45? If this was 30, then this is a bit of a nerf. Then Auspicious Spirits, 25% more damage. Death and Madness, normally this would be Shadow Ward Death. If a target dies within 6 seconds after being struck by Shadow Ward Death, you gain 40 insanity over 4 seconds. And the cooldown Shadow Ward Death is reset. So if you're able to use this in dungeons to like just be the big execute onto mobs, this could be quite good for the insanity. Or Shadow Crash, which does a bit of shadow damage, within 8 yards to everybody. 20 insanity. But one question, does Mindseer have a cap? Okay, Mindseer doesn't have a cap on AoE. Well, that's a class that getting capped, so I just had to check. Hey man, how you doing? Good. Hope you're good. Can't decide which race from Heroic to go: Orc, Blood Elf, or Undead. Little help. Orc is really good for PvP because you don't sit stuns as much. I like Blood Elf and Mythic Pluses though. It's pretty good for clearing dots. Oh no, not clear dots, but clearing buffs from enemies and Mythic Plus keys. And pretty good in PvP against Paladins. Undead is really good against Fears if you hate Fear. So honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference. You should play whatever you like, man. If you want an easier choice, just play whatever you think looks the coolest, because all 3 of those ratios are good in PvP or PvE in some capacity. None of them are really bad. Where's Power Infusion? It's in the basic class abilities. Every class gets it, so even Shadow Priest gets it. Which you can put on yourself or an ally. So this would be interesting to bring a Shadow Priest. Even if you're not going to be the guy using it, giving someone else Power Infusion could still be huge for a Priest on a 2-minute cooldown. Like, you bringing a priest into a raid buffs your raid, in a sense, because of Power Infusion. I mean, essentially, I think a lot of priests will want to use it on themselves, but I feel like for a mythic raid, and you're trying to prog, you'll be able to stack Power Infusions. You probably won't be able to stack these, but at least the Shadow Priest, given the right class during the burst, actually haste, can help your group like get through certain damage. So that could be really, really good. What else do we got? Shadow Crash, we looked at that. Lingering Insanity. What from ends? The haze bonus of 1% for every 3 haze, and its haze bonus fades by 1% every 3 seconds instead of immediately. Is that better? I think it's every 2 seconds instead of 3, but that could be changed. Mindbender, 1 minute cooldown. Summons a Mindbender for 15 seconds, so slightly short duration, about the same. 6 sanity per attack though. Or Void Torrent, which 45 second cooldown, does a bunch of shadow damage, does not drain sanity, generates 30 sanity over this duration. Oh, that could be really good. I think that's pretty buff. If that does a lot of damage, this could be pretty good. Also, it stops sanity generation and generates 30. That could actually be pretty good early on when you don't have a lot of gear. And we have some Legacy of the Void. Void Eruption cast damage reduced by 40%. Maybe cast anytime your sanity is 60 or higher. Void Form increases spell damage by additional 25. So normally Void Form is 15% damage increase, right? Increases spell damage by 20, so I guess it doesn't add into the calculation in the tooltip. Okay, then we have Dark Ascension, 1 minute. Immediately activates a new Void Form, then releases an explosive blast of pure Void Energy, causing a bunch of shadow damage to all enemies within 10 yards of your target. Generates 15 sanity. Or Surrender to Madness, making a comeback. You instantly gain 100 insanity and cast Void Eruption on the target. For the next 25 seconds, your insanity generating ability to generate 100% more insanity while you cast while moving. The target does not die within 25 seconds. of using Surrender into Madness, you die. Wait, so you can use Surrender into Madness on a 2-minute cooldown and you just have to kill an add? So for 25 seconds, you have a crazy amount of sanity generation, which you can use to extend, like you can go into void form, then use Surrender into Madness to keep extending it, and as long as you can kill an add, you don't die from this. So this could be actually really good. Wait, that's gonna be insanely good. Wait, this is actually really strong. Wow, they brought back Surrender to Madness and still have the die thing, but if you just can kill something. So wait, does that mean you have to get the killing blow? Because that would suck, dude. If you just dot it up and it dies and it counts, okay, you're good. Then I think, okay. Imagine going to PvP and you're like trying to death strike what is it? Death strike someone. You're trying to death somebody, right? Just death them. And you miss the execute. You're like, shit, I gotta kill something quick. This is really good. Wow. Yeah, Shadow Priest looking really good. We'll play Assassin Shadowlands. I'm gonna play an Outlaw, I think. I'll try all 3 specs, but I think I'm focusing on Outlaw. It's looking really solid. But honestly, if they did a trim like that Demon Hunter and Warrior, those other things make more even. I do think mages have 2 sprints, if they didn't say them do. 2 sprints? What do you mean? I guess talking about mages and blinks, we'll take a look at them for a second, but yeah, they look like they're not gonna have a lot of mobility. It's a little bit sad, but I think they might be okay. Or maybe they'll be like on Warlocks, like standing there and turret things down, but we'll see. They don't feel that bad to play them, but in PvP they might be pretty, they might go back to blinking out of stuns. Flash from mobility? Yeah. They won't be okay, you don't think so? Displacement is gone? Yeah, I know that. Fire is going to be the only good thing. Shimmer has 1 charge. Yeah, Shimmer has 1 charge. And it's a longer cooldown than a blink. So it's going to be very interesting. I think, honestly, they might still be okay, though. It might still be okay. At least in PvE, I think it'll be okay. PvP, I don't know, dude. I think it'll be blink and stuns. They'll go back to blink and stuns. Because mages used to blink stuns, dude. Back in Must, the Pandaria mages were okay. So maybe it'll be fine here. They do seem to do a lot of damage, though. At least relative to other classes at this level. Okay, I think that's everything on Priest. I do want to check out the Boon of the Ascendant, 3-minute cooldown. Drop on the power of the Ascendant for 10 seconds, granting you access to Ascended Nova, and replace a Mind Flare with Ascended Blast. Increase the movement speed by 50%. Upon expiration, release Ascended Eruption. Explode for a bunch of arcane damage and healing. Increase by 3% for each Boon Ascendant. So how does this work, actually? I never tried this. So this is the Kyrian ability, Covenant ability for Priest. All Priests get the same one. And it gives you Ascended Nova, which I guess replaces Holy Nova. Or new ability gives you Ascended Nova and replaces one ability to be a stronger version. So we're gonna use this. Yeah, you get Ascended Nova for allies, friends. Oh, what? Wait, whoa! You just got like cast. Hold on, bup. I couldn't do my Nova. I couldn't really do Nova damage. What? How much damage did that do? Ascended Eruption. Overheal for 1,000. Ascended Blast hits for 1,000? Oh my god. That seems really strong. I never got to do the Eruption. But that seemed really strong. On a 3-minute cooldown, I don't know how I feel about it though. Yeah, I hope they change it or something. Or maybe they give like... Maybe in the future alphas, they'll just have like an area where you can reset cooldowns so you can try stuff. This seems interesting though. I sent it Nova, I never got to use it. I can't even read it fast enough. It's only, you only get 10 seconds, dude. Shit. And then you get Eruption. I don't know what the Nova does though. Sacrifice 45 seconds in Shadowlands. Is it normally 30? Your freeze for all mages. Expect you to go Rim Death and go another slot. Maybe. Oh, they're not gonna deep freeze, no. They're not getting that. At least not right now. Gonna give more 2 charges Shimmer? Yeah. We'll see. Maybe they'll turn around and then may change it, but mages are looking pretty immobile. But priests are looking good, dude. I like Shadow. I like that whole last row. I think that's a lot of potential there. And I like the utility. I like the defensiveness of Desperate Prayer. That might make priests very, very tanky. So they didn't really get anything crazy out of Shadowlands from like what they used to have. None of the playstyles. They're gonna be pretty basic. You're not gonna have like crazy crit stacks or haste stacks, but essentially still might be a good spec. It seems that longer cooldown on Psychic Horror might make them a little bit weird for PvP, but if the damage is fine, then you know, not having enough CC, but having to do some damage, I think it'd be fine, you know what I mean? I wonder how tanky they'll feel. Plus, I wonder what their other Covenant abilities are. I haven't taken a look at them much. Alrighty, boys, let's take a look at yet another tune. What class should we look at, boys? We look at the Priest. What do we want to look at next? Warrior, Mage, Shaman. Take a look at this Shaboy, the enhancements. I can show you the playstyles. What's looking like it's going to be good. 5,000 those are going to be interesting Shadowlands. Oh, exactly. Definitely. Look at Mage. I need to be sad more. Come on, guys. It's literally, if you're literally losing your head over an alpha, dude, I'm sorry. That's just laughable. I can't, dude. I can't. It's alpha. It's way too early, boys. Come on. What are we looking like, boys? Warlock. That's a good one. I could show you a bit of Warlock. We done the Pally? I have not done Pally today. Hold on, I got a BNet message? Or no? Is that Potato? Show me the demo. Oh, we could do demo. We could show Warlock. That will work. What is the chat thinking? Affy, do. Should we get some doo-doo? Arcade Mage, DK, Mage it up. Is D100 the same? Mostly. I can show you D100. It doesn't really have a lot of new stuff. That's gonna be the easiest class to cover for the video, though. Only 2 specs? Yeesh. It's gonna be great. Warrior, please. Mage, Aflog, DH, DK. You guys are kind of like all over the place. Some of you guys want Warlock, some of you guys want Mage. Let's do Warlock. Let's do Warlock. Because there's some stuff I can show you on the Warlock. Let's do that real quick. And just so we can... Because you guys are all over the place. I'm not seeing like one single class that stands out in the chat. Okay, sorry. I was just looking at more updates in the... I was looking at more updates in Discord in case there was something new that came up. Nothing new. For Shadowlands. This is them covering some of the stuff that's been known this week. I thought it was new. I saw the stewards, the Owl Boys. So I thought, wait, playable stewards maybe? Like these guys? That'd be cool though. Dude, if you could play these stewards, would you play them? They look cute as fuck, dude. Look at him. He's bobbing his head. And he looks at me too. Dude, he's staring at me. This is actually straight up staring at me. All done? Fuck, I can't zoom out. All done? I could take a set off of swivel, dude. We could corkscrew that head off. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm having too much fun with that. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at... We'll start with Affliction. This is a spec that actually I feel like I have pretty good understanding of as of this point. Where they're at. I even got pointed out with the guilty like some of the cool things you can do with Athene. Alright, Affliction, boys. That'll be the first one. So first of all, Demonic Circle makes a return. For some reason it's in the general section, but it's there. So you can pop a Demonic Circle, mosey over, things go bad, you can teleport. It's baseline. Great mobility for Affliction Warlocks. Gonna feel pretty fucking good, man. Then we have ourselves Warlock abilities, starting with Banish, still in the game. Corruption, which is gonna be instacast for... Actually, all specs have Corruption, but essentially only Affliction has like instacast Corruption. Everybody else has to cast it, and it doesn't do enough damage to be worth play. But you can do it. If you need dots, you can. Hellstone increases 35% heal. Soul still in the game. And Curses also make a return. You have a Curse of Doom, which will put a pretty strong dot on an enemy. That after the dot is over, if it kills the enemy, it will summon a Doom Guard. You also have Curse of Recklessness, and only one curse can be active on an enemy. Here we go. Can I use it? Here we go. Curse of Recklessness makes the enemy do physical damage dealt increased by 10, physical damage taken increased by 5, ignoring fear effects. So essentially you would want to use it on a caster, and as a warrior you would be able to slam them. 5% more damage. They won't be able, you can't fear them anymore, but you could essentially do that. If you need to replace the tongues, you can go to Curse of Tongues instead, which will make it slower cast speed, which can be used on dungeon mobs in some cases. I don't know if it'll be used on bosses, but this is, you know, this is a thing. Then you also have Curse of Weakness, which will make the enemy cast time between attacks increase by 20%. So Warlocks have utility inside of dungeons, PvP, baseline curses, boys. So I think Curse of Doom, you might only be able to get one A Warlock can only have one curse available per target, so all Warlocks can have Curse of Doom if they don't need an extra utility, essentially. So on your main boss, you will want to maintain this as part of your basic rotation, I guess. You don't have Curse of the Elements, maybe they'll add that later, but Curse of Doom right now is going to be the go-to. Taking a look at some of the others, you still have Gateway, you still have Drain Life, Enslaved Demon, Eye of Kilrog. Can this pop a portal? Can you pop a portal off of Eye of Kilrog? No, you can't. Okay, so I remember back in the day you could. Where you could get the eyeball to go somewhere, pop a portal down, you could teleport up there. So you can use them to like sneak by mobs or stuff. You also still have Fear, Health Funnel to give some of your health to your pet, Ritual Summoning to summon allies. Pet abilities are all the same. Soul Stone is there for a res. Still have the same demons, they all do the same thing as before. I think they all do the same damage, but I could be wrong. Still have Unending Breath. Unending Resolve is a 3-minute, 40-second DR. You have your Stand Buff, Soul Leech, Soul Shards. Okay. For Affliction, you have Agony. We'll talent out of this real quick. You have... We'll talent out of this too. We'll have Agony, which is your main dot you'll put up. Not Curse of Agony, just Agony, so you can have other curses. Dalaran, my man, I haven't played WoW since BFA, Alpha Person videos. Hope you're having fun. Hey man, I'm having a glorious time over in Shadowlands, dude. Actually, I've been to sleep over Shadowlands, dude. That's how much fun I'm having. It's so much fun. The server spot. Okay. We got Assist Agony. It does damage. It was going to have the whole ramping up thing about it too. So same Agony as you remember. It starts out pretty small though, but so the ramp up is going to be pretty major. But it does quite a bit of damage. We have a new ability called Malefic Rapture. We'll come back to that in a bit after we look at all our dots. It's important. We have Phantom Singularity, but we don't. It's a talent. We'll look at it in a bit. Seed of Corruption still there. You can apply a seed, and it'll do. If you do enough shadow damage to an enemy, it will explode, and it'll affect everybody with corruption. Shadow Fear is still in the game, so you can stun enemies from a distance for 3 seconds. I think the might have went from 2 seconds to 3, but either way, it's pretty cool. Siphon Life is a talent, so we don't really need that, but I don't want a talent out of it. So we keep an our dots. We have Corruption, which is here. Improved Corruption makes an instant cast, and normally it's a cast. You have UA back as a non-soul shard spender. So you have your dots, you can maintain your Agony, Corruption, Unstable Affliction on an enemy. UA can only be put on one target at a time, however. So, yeah. And UA also still has the bonus of extra damage on the enemy, 10% more. So UA you'll put on the target you will focus. You won't be able to put up a bunch of UAs, but you'll put it on the main target to focus. So in PvP it'll be pretty good. You'll put it on the target you're trying to kill, but while still maintain your dots on everybody else. Your Master still increases the damage of your dots. Your Dark Glare still extends all your dots on the enemy. And increase what is it? Dark Glare will serve you for 20 seconds. Blast on target for shadow damage. Increased by 10% for every dot that you have active on any target. So the more dots you put up, the stronger this guy gets. Then you have Malefic Rapture, which is a new soul shard spender. Your damage and periodic effects erupt, causing shadow damage per effect. So if let's say you have a single dot on an enemy, right? It'll only do 238 damage. So I mean, which some dots are off, so you can see just how strong it gets. And I'll show you something cool you can do. So we'll put Corruption. So when you use Malefic Rapture, it'll erupt and have a puff of damage. We'll put another dot and use it. It's a little harder. Put it out of your way, that's a third dot. It's gonna hit a little harder. What I was not aware, by the way, is if you put up Corruption on this guy, Corruption on that guy, and use this ability, everybody takes damage from it. So essentially, if you are Affliction Warlock in Mythic Plus keys, you throw in your Seed of Corruption in a trash bag of enemies. The seed explodes, everybody has Corruption. Let's say you're running maybe like, you know, Absolute Corruption, so you don't have to worry about the redots. While the Corruption is cooking, it's about to explode, you put up a bunch of UAs on a group of 4, 5, 6, 10 enemies. And when all of them have Corruption, and you have a bunch of soul shards, and a bunch of dots, you can just start spamming Malefic Rapture on everybody. That's going to be quite good. So you can 2-target cleave, 3-target cleave, AoE cleave with this. And that's going to be the ability that takes all your soul shards. So you'll still be able to maintain your dots your UA, your corruption, your unstable affliction, your agony, corruption, unstable affliction on a single enemy. Be able to soft dot another target, so you can have a bit of cleave, and you still can just go spamming Malefic Rapture, just blasting people. So it gets stronger for the more dots you have. So the more dots you can apply, the better. Which means Affliction will have a different playstyle possibly in AoE, because the more dots you have, the stronger it hits. So if you had just one dot, it doesn't hit for a lot, but the more dots you can stack, especially in AoE, the better. Taking a look at the talents, because I think we got through everything right now. Yeah. You have Nightfall still, 50% more damage for Shadow Bolt when it procs. Drain Soul seems pretty strong right now. Does it do more damage to Shadow Bolt? It does more damage to Shadow Bolt. So it seems Shadow Bolt, compared to your other abilities, does very little damage. So it's really just a filler. You just press it when there's nothing else to do, while your Agony, Corruption, and Unstable Affliction do more damage than your filler, which is good. It might mean that as Affliction, you just put up dots, put up dots, put up dots, and dot again. Pop UA here. You're doing most of your damage just with dots melting enemies. I mean, you'll probably want to get, you know, agonies up to 10 stack to make the full value. But there you go. Most of your damage is happening in front of your eyes, and you can blast it further with Malefic Raptures. So you have options. You have freedoms now. You should be still casting Shadow Bolt when there's nothing else to do, but you won't feel like you need to maintain, because I felt like in Affliction, more like in dungeons and raids, your Shadow Bolt was just too much of a necessary ability for single target damage, in my opinion. I mean, it can still get buffed by UA, and it can still get buffed by like Shadow's Embrace, so you can deal more damage on its own. But it's filler, like true filler. Alright. Death Bolt is still there. It feels okay. I never liked Death Bolt though, to be honest. But it's there. We have Horizon Agony still, Absolute Corruption. This stacks to 18 stacks. I don't know if that's different than live. This might be to 15 or 20. Right now it's 18 stacks. I don't know if that's right or not. Somebody can double check me. We got UA, Absolute Corruption, permanent damage for 15% increased damage, 24 seconds on players, goes like doubles up basically, almost 10 seconds more on players. Then Siphon Life is still in the game, and your Malefic Rapture still likes the fact that you diversify your dots. So for every dot, not big dots, small dots, whatever, the more dots you have, the more minor dots you have, the more damage this does. But you can still adjust and play around. Live is 15. Okay, so this is buffed then. Demon Skin in level 30. 50% of maximum absorb. Burning Rush is still in the game. And Dark Pact. And they might adjust these numbers. So this is not set in stone numbers. This is just alpha. But, you know, they're thinking of buffing it essentially. Level 35, Sow the Seed, so you can get more Cedar Corruptions or Phantom Singularity, which is pretty good. Does quite a bit of damage. Or what you might be using for AoE on a mass trash bag that you can group together. Throw Vile. So what you'll do is, you'll put up Seed, you'll throw Vile Taint, you'll put up a bunch of Agonies, and you'll just start spamming the shit out of Raptures. I think those are going to be good for huge trash bags. Like, this dot doesn't really do a lot of damage, normally. However, with Malefic Rapture AoE, it could be really good. Phantom Singularity I still think is going to be really strong, but it applies a dot on one enemy. This applies a separate dot on every enemy caught in the 10-yard range. You can cast from like a distance. Like a Shadow Fury. So it'll be like kind of like this. Is this 10 yards actually? 8 yards, so it'll be slightly bigger circle. So that's pretty cool. You got ourselves Dark Fury to reduce the cooldown of Shadow Fury and increase the radius by 2 yards. Death Coil or Mortal Coil. I always call them Death Coil, but it's Mortal Coil. When is Death Coil? Because Death Coil right now is a DK ability. There used to be a Death Coil for Warlocks. I should probably stop referring to it as Death Coil. It's Mortal Coil, but what can you do? And then Tongue Tied. This one is still work in progress, but spell cast afflicted by Curse of Tongues negate healing on the caster. So essentially, I think if you put up, it's a little confusing in terms of how they worded, but spell cast afflicted by Curse of Tongues. So if you have Curse of Tongues and you cast spells, negate healing of the caster, absorbing the next healing received up to 6 seconds. So this definitely has a long duration for 6 seconds. It's 30 seconds. But I think when you apply Curse of Tongues, the next healing that healer does, if you apply it on a healer, is negated. So basically necrotic down a healer. I wonder if you can just spam this over and over and over. I'm pretty sure it'll have some sort of like a DR or something. But that'll be interesting. Honkan's dot? I don't know actually. That's a good question. In level 45 we have Shadow's Embrace, stacks up to 3 for 9% damage. Haunt, which now never falls off, so essentially you can maintain Haunt on a target at all times. has a 15-second duration, or 18-second duration, 15-second cooldown, so you never have it fall off. I wonder if you can like stack it past 18 seconds though. So let me see this. Does it have like a pandemic effect? So try to hit it as soon as we can. No, it's always 18. So you can basically maintain haunt at all times. So they changed that a little bit. Groomer sacrifice, you sacrifice your pet, you get their ability, you do a blood shadow damage. Same old, same old. Level 50, you got Soul Conduit. Every soul shard to spend has a 50% chance to be refunded. Versus Creeping Death. Your Agony, Corruption, Siphon Life, you wait, deal the full damage 15% faster. With how much dots do you compared to your Shadow Bolt? This could be actually a good challenge now. And then we have Dark Soul Misery, which gives you a lot of haste, a 2-minute cooldown. So that's Affliction. That seems really, really strong. I like it a lot. It plays really well. I like the change with Malefic Rapture. I am yet to do a dungeon with it, but that'll be super fun, I think. But yeah, I don't know if Haunt counts as dot. I doubt it. It does shadow damage and puts a debuff, but I don't think it's a dot, no. So it has to be damage over time effects. I wonder, I'm pretty sure the Kyrian ability, which is a dot, counts towards it. So for Affliction, I think that could be really strong for single target. Put up a bunch of dots, load up enemy full of debuffs, extend those dots, and just start spamming Malefics. Or if you can just put a bunch of dots on enemies on AoE, that could be really good too. I wonder what the rest of the Warlock abilities are actually. I didn't really get to look at the Covenant abilities with them. But I'm pretty sure all of them do some sort of a dot, right? Anyway, let's go on to Destruction as the next spec. Or Demonology, I guess. I thought Destruction was the next, but we'll do Demonology instead. So Demonology isn't really all that different. It just loses, put up Hunt and use Rapture. That's actually a good way to test it. Yeah, real quick. And then we'll do Demonology. I need mana. Oh, my mana. Oh, my mana. Willing to buy life tap, dude. Oh, that's... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. I don't know. Dude, swapping specs, you actually have no mana now. I mean, nothing really costs mana that... things do cost mana, actually. Okay, we got Haunt. Nope, doesn't count it. Because we need to do this shuffle. What about if you put up... No! Apparently, Phantom Singularity doesn't count as a dot either. It doesn't count as a dot. Wait, what is Doom? Does Doom count as a dot? Doom counts as a dot. Doom counts as a dot. Okay, well now we know for sure. Oh, goodness. Alright, now we got Demonology. Let's go Demo. So Demo just basically is the same Demo without any of the traits, essentially. So... it might not be super strong, but we'll see. Report a bug. I don't know if it actually counts as a dot though. Is it supposed to count as a dot? Because maybe it doesn't count as a dot, but maybe I should report a bug just in case. Alrighty, let's go to Demonology. Let me set up a Demonology like what you would currently play as Demo. You'll play this, you'll play this, you'll play Soul Conduit and Consumption. So, Demonology, what is new for you? In basic class abilities, you have your Felguard, so you'll have your stun ability. You'll have Corruption, which you can put up on an enemy, but it takes a 1.8 second cast, and it doesn't really have a long dot. Oh, the animation is broken because they changed Corruption. Yeah, it doesn't have a cast anymore because it all takes an instant cast animation now. That's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, it does very little damage. It's not worth using for Demonology, I don't think, unless you need dots. So, to the class abilities, you don't really get anything new, essentially. For your actual spec abilities, you have Dreadstalker, so you can still call your puppers, 2 soul shards, 1.8 second cast. Pretty sure it's going to be reduced with a haste. But with low haste that we have right now in the alpha, then what can you do? It lasts for 12 seconds. Then you still have Demon Bolt, which generates 2 soul shards. It still can be used as an insta-cast when... send a fiery solo full demon at the enemy, causing a bunch of shadow damage, but you still can get it back through Demonic Ore. So you have stacks, you can insta-cast it. So don't worry about that at all. Demonic Strength is the talent, so we'll skip it. Head go down, 3 soul shards, 1.3 second cast. Deal up to a bit of Shadow Flame damage on impact to all enemies. And then summon 3 wild imps based on how many soul shards consumed. Now the Imps don't really do that much damage, but with how low damage everybody else does in the game, their damage relative to every other class and some of the pets is actually not terrible anymore. I guess the best way to put it. Like, they're not amazing, but they're not terrible. Then you still have implosions, so you'll sacrifice your Imps. And it'll do 171 Shadow Flame damage within 8 yards. Deals reduced damage to secondary targets, so they're kind of capping you here on the AoE. Do they have Fellstorm? 8 nearby, so Fellstorm has a cap on targets of only 8. That's pretty unfortunate. So yeah, they're kind of capping the AoE damage that Demonology can do. Shadow Fury is still there. 3-second duration. Tyrant is there, 1.5 minute cooldown, so they did not bake any short CD from BFA into Tyrant. It's still a pretty low cooldown, 1.8 second cast, summon a Tyrant that increases the duration of the current demons by 15 seconds, and increases the damage of all your other demons by 50% while damaging your target. And it still does quite a bit of damage. Demonic Cores, I think, is the same for the most part. When your Imps expand your life energy or imploded, you have 10% chance to absorb the life. When you summon Dreadsuckers fade away, you have a 100% chance. Demonic Core reduces the cast time of Demonic Bolt by 100, maximum 4 stacks. Okay, so that's the same. Massive Demonologist buffs the damage of your pets, and Soul Link is there for healing. So nothing really new for this spec. In terms of basic abilities, you have Demonic Strength, Dread Lash, Boss Scourge Bomber still. This doesn't seem to have, yeah, all damage. So this doesn't have a cap on damage. This will use Fellstorm, which will have a cap. It just will buff the current version of Fellstorm. Then you have Demonic Calling, so Shadow Bolt and Demon Bolt prepare to make an next call. Dark Sucker kills one on the sword, has no cast time. Power Siphon. Wait, no cast time? Is that new? Is that new? The instacast? Wait, I think that's actually new. That's the instacast. Wait, is that an Honor Talent broad baseline? No, you still have Master Summoner. Is this new? I'm still have 5 casts before the CPU, so probably is the same. Okay, never mind. I thought it was new for some reason. Really? Insta? Okay. Then this Power Siphon, sacrifice 2 wild imps to generate 2 demonic core. Or improved Curse of Doom. Curse of Doom that deals additional 100% damage. Period is reduced by 50%. And Doom got summoned by instantly enslaved. In case you summon one. I don't think I've ever seen anybody summon one yet. We have Demon Skin, Burning Rush, Dark Pact. That's not different. From the Shadows is 20% extra damage with Shadow Flame for 12 seconds while Stalkers are up. Soul Strike is 10-second cooldown, no cost. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's normal though. There's a bit of shadow damage, generates a Soul Shard, or a Vile Fiend, 1 Soul Shard. A Vile Fiend will fight for you for 15 seconds for 45-second cooldown. Then you have Dark Fury, Mortal Coil, and Tongue Tied, like the other specs, all the same. Soul Conduit, 50% chance to Soul Shard spent to be refunded. Inner Demons, you passive summon wild imps to fight for you every 12 seconds. You have a 10% chance to also summon an additional demon to fight for you for 15 seconds. And then Grimoire Felguard, which lasts for 17 seconds, deals 25% increased damage, and will stun when he is summoned, 2-minute cooldown, 1 Soul Shard. So 50, we have Sacrifice Souls, Shadow Bolt and Demon Bolt gain 4% additional damage per demon you have summoned. Demonic Obsession, your Tyrant will destroy and absorb the main power of all your imps to empower himself. And another portal. Tear open portal, twist the nether, 15 seconds. Every time you spend soul shards, you will also command the demons from nether to come out and fight for you. So that's, I think, is the same. That's a pretty long cast, but I think it's because of lack of gear. So imps, actually, the potato as I mentioned earlier on the energy on those imps. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many casts do they have? 5. Yeah, so 5 casts. So they have like 50 energy, I guess, if you want to look at it. 5 casts in them. Huh, okay. It's valid how many changes? Mostly to the class, but not to the individual specs. But, okay, so if you were to play like a legitimate Warlock playstyle here, you go, I guess, for the full setup. Trying to get some imps. You'll put Doom since everybody has Doom now. Just generate some more imps. So we'll go for 2 sets of imps here. Second set of imps. Got a big haze buff. Gonna get a Tyrant up and running. Oh, forgot. No Baleful, so you don't get the soul shards when you summon the Tyrant. That's so weird. But you can do quite a bit of damage if you get 2 sets of imps. With haste, it's going to be a lot easier to get imps though, and a big tyrant. But yeah. I wonder if you'll go back to a playstyle where you summon as many demons as you can. So like you'll try to get a Vile Fiend, and you'll use a tyrant to buff those demons instead of making a buff tyrant. I wonder. But he plays it a little slow because of no gear, but I think with gear the spec could be pretty good. However, it's basically a base. It didn't take any of the things that made it pretty good in BFA. So no Vision of Perfection, no Baleful Invocation, which I think could totally come back. Because I kind of like that playstyle, dude. It feels faster paced. It's very much a feast or famine playstyle, so you either get big Tyrant procs or a bunch of soul shards, or sometimes you don't get a lot. So you will have to now talent for a more consistent playstyle. Which isn't a bad thing, but I don't know, dude. I'm just so used to the old school, the BFA current playstyle. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting for sure. What is the details? I don't think they have details added into Shadowlands yet. I could check. I'm in the details Discord. If there is an announcement. At the moment, there's no official version of details for Shadowlands Alpha. I did not get Alpha from April batch. If I get further, I'll ping then working version is done. So no working version of details yet, unless people are using like Recount or something. But I haven't really seen anybody use anything like that yet. So I have no idea. If there is one up and running, I'll download it immediately. But right now, I don't think there's one rolling, my dude. What is the track playing right now? I can just link it to you. It's just NCS Mukes. You can get Recount. Does Recount work? Wait. Does Recount work? Does it work though? He said you can get Recount, but does it have a viable version for Shadowlands though? They aren't allowing copy of tunes. Well, some people apparently can copy tunes. Do you know you can copy your character? I don't know why or not. I couldn't do that. Let's see what it looked like with gear. So I actually won't let me copy tunes. When I log on, like it doesn't have a button down here. I've seen it, and some people have done it on the Maw server. It seems like some people have access to copy a character directly, and others don't. Maybe it's a bug, but it won't let me. Breach is using it? Wait, is Breach using it? I've seen Breach use a DPS meter. Okay, hold on. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, there we go. It was missing to pieces. Okay, hold on. This Breach, does he have like videos on Alpha? What is he using? We can take a look real quick. Peach, there we go. There's a Peach. There's my Peach. Oh, here's he did a video on Beastmaster Hunters. Hold on. Does he use a Recount? Oh shit! It works! Does he have like a link to Recount maybe? Nope. Wait, so I just download Recount and just basic Recount? Just basic Recount. No, nothing special, right? Yo, if you can download Recount, dude, I should do that right now. Yo, boys, let me go download Recount real quick. I'll be right back. Be right back, dude. Let's see if Twitch even recognizes Shadowlands as a game. Does download any input in Shadowlands? Okay. If I still remember how to do it, so. Okay, it doesn't recognize Recount. I guess I'm gonna download Recount to... Don't I have Recount on Classic? No, I have details in Classic. Let's download a PTR Recount. I'll just copy that one after. Get more add-ons. I don't like Recount, I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of Recount. It's popular, but I like details. I like the details of details. Get it? Haha. Okay. Recently updated. Now does it have it? Okay, there's Recount in my folder for the PTR. Recount. Copy. Beta. Paste. Recount is in, boys. Let's see if it functions. Let's see if it works. I did not know Recount works. If this is true, and if it works properly, then this is huge. This means I can actually test out damage of abilities. Alright, let's get back to it. Yo, this works, dude. We can actually see some numbers. Recount suck. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of recount. I don't want to say anything bad about recount because if it actually works in Shadowlands, then I'm happy it does. So I don't want to like say anything bad to like the guy that made recount. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I prefer. Everyone has preferences, right? There's nothing wrong with preferences. I prefer details. I used to use recount, I use SATA, and I use details now, and I prefer details. But if recount works, hey, but does it work properly? But does it work accurately though? It's been so long since I had to use details. Hold on. Alrighty, let's just try something here, yeah? Okay, it is tracking. It is tracking. Let's go for a full set of imps here. We get a full set of simps. Where's my simps at? We got more simps. Hold on, we got more imps. More imps, more imps, more imps, more imps, even more imps, even more imps. My simpy imps. Okay, even more imps. Okay, we got ourselves big setup. And Tyrant. Hopefully he's pretty beefy. Okay, he actually is not that beefy. I was hoping he'd be beefier. It doesn't track my pets? What is this garbage? It does not track my pets. Wait, is there a setting? Details, please. Okay, there's some settings. Players, self. Record data. Pets. Record data. Show. Okay, well, it showed my pet damage. Does it record though? As part of my damage? Does it group? Grouped. Okay, hold on. I don't know if it works or not. First of all, let's just make it a little bigger so you guys can see it. Appearance. No, window. Okay, we can scale the window. Oh god, this is big now. Okay, well, that's a little big, but it will do it. Look at the bottom, merge pets. Merge, absorbs, merge pets with owners. Okay, so they are merged. Okay, so it is merged, it just doesn't show up. Well, maybe it does. It shows at the bottom, right? Pet damage. So it shows my damage, but it doesn't show actual pet damage, like a hard pet's hit. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I kind of wanted to display, like when I press this, I wanted to display into here, like my pet damage. Maybe unmerge them. Unmerge. Okay, I can see the pet damage. Fellstorm, melee. Demonic Tyrant did a little bit of damage. That feels a little weird to have it unmerged though, you know what I mean? I kind of want to have it merged, but I still be able to see like damage of pets. Like it says my abilities, but I wanted to see also my pet's abilities though. I feel like that's how it... Like, the way I'm describing it, I think that's how it used to be back in the day, but I could be wrong. I guess I could do this. So it shows the overall damage and it shows my pet separate damage. Maybe because of Siphon? Maybe. Alright, well, at least we got it good enough. It looks so fucking massive, though. Can I increase the numbers? Like, make it bigger? Oh, okay. Well, I could do this. I could have it, like, normal scaling. So we don't have to look like we're... I feel like a grandpa, dude, when I have it fucking this close up, dude. I feel like there's something wrong with my eyesight. Okay, we made it a little bigger like that. Okay, that'll do. Oh my god. Why don't you clear recount and then send to your pet's attack just to check? Okay, I can do that. Go ahead. Kill him. Yeah, so as you see at the bottom, right? Top 3 melee pet abilities, right? But when I click here, it doesn't show up. It just shows my attacks. But when I look at here, it shows my pet abilities. Like, this is good enough. This will be okay, dude. This will be okay. Have you checked the priest yet? Yes, I did, Robert. It's earlier in the stream, my dude. Alright, we can have him come back a little. So the playstyle of the... Okay, I think I got it. I think I know how I want to do this. Alright, we're gonna go for a big setup, normal playstyle with our imps and all that stuff. With our pets. We're gonna get ourselves the Cold Dread Stalkers. And I probably should have saved Soul Strike for a bit later. We're gonna Shadow Bolt, get ourselves pets. Go for a pet attack. Summon the big Tyrant. And we'll see how big the Tyrant hits are. Oh, almost 1,000. So you can get pretty big Tyrants, honestly. Yeah, you can get still pretty big Tyrants. You just gotta have a right rotation in terms of like which ability goes first, which ability goes last. Yeah, and you can get quite a bit of damage there too. I like that. Extending my pets too. So now I'm getting insta-cast. So you can get quite a bit of damage, honestly. It's not bad. So Tyrant did quite a bit though, but Tyrant... It seems that your main pet does more damage than the Tyrant at this point. But I'm pretty sure Tyrant, his Demon Fire does a lot. Yeah, 10k damage. That's quite a bit. Yeah, that's why I like details, dude. Just like the way they organize this shit. But this isn't bad. So I'm doing about 600 damage. And I wonder if I could change... I guess we could try different playstyles, right? We could try not the massive Tyrant playstyle instead. We could try something else. Doom seems to be just a little bit of damage, by the way, because the Doom 1 tick throughout the fight. It did do 500. It did do half 1,000. Half 1,000 damage. I guess it's not that bad. Wow, now that I have details, now I think I can do so much more testing now, dude. Now I want to do even more testing. I want to take it to dungeons, see how much see how I square up against other classes now, dude. I'll have to do like 3 Warlocks in a single dungeon just to see like which one seems to do the most amount of damage. Okay, we can do a big Tyrant just a little bit. I want to get my Demon Doggers out first. Okay, we got good Demon Dogs, right? Shadow Bolt, into Hand Go Down, into more pets. More pets. Cool. More pets. Wait a second. We go summon him after all the imps have spawned. Then we'll have a fatty Tyrant. Oh, he can hit for 1,000 at least. Oh, that's huge. Oh, that's big Tyrant damage. I like that. I like that shit, dude. That's good. So you can still get big Tyrants, but you lose all those, like, being able to just generate a lot of soul shards. Try it, Nether Portal Town? We can. What is it? Opener with Nether Portal. Like, how the fuck do you play that? Did you want to run Vile Fiend? Hold on, who knows? Is there a rotational, like, Icy Veins for Nether Portal? Because I feel like I could mess it up so easily. So what would you run? Okay, let's do Vile Fiend. Because I feel like summoning while Vile Fiend would be easy. Grimoire will get a Grimoire just because you still have one soul shard. We'll do another portal. Maybe it's in your playstyle? Maybe. The less your imps fire off, the stronger your big boy is. Yes, that's true. So if maybe you could go like behind a table and maybe get like a set of imps. If they could get stuck behind pillar. No, none of them got stuck. One had to move up a little, but none of them really got stuck. I prefer Soul Strike. Maybe I should do Soul Strike, but I just thought Vile Fiend would be good because all your pets will be empowered by Tyrant either way. You know what I mean? So you'll be able to get one soul shard. So essentially you would get, I guess you would do another portal. And you would pop another portal, summon Demon Doggos, summon Grimoire for Tyrant, summon Vile Fiend. Get yourself a little bit of soul shard for a 3 Hand of Gul'dan. If you get, I guess you wouldn't have leftover soul shards after since you're not running Soul Conduit. And then you would summon a Tyrant to buff the dim to extend all your pets after, I think. To help with the pet spawn. Use Power Siphon. Power Siphon, Power Siphon, Power Siphon. Really? Power Siphon with Nether Portal? I don't even want to go Inner Demons then. Shouldn't I go Inner Demons instead? Gain all shards, use portal, SB, which fuck, I don't even know what that is. SB. I don't know. So I'll be honest, I'm not a Warlock main. I don't know the every acronym. Shadowbolt, okay. Yellow shards, use portal. Shadowbolt into Handle done. Shadowbolt to Handle done. Rinse repeat. Really? Wait. Wouldn't you want to summon Vilfiend and Felguard? I mean, I guess with Handle Dons you will summon more demons, but wouldn't you want to have a Felguard? Okay, let's just do this. Let's go Soul Strike. And we'll do what you're asking. And I guess we can go Soul Conduit too, yeah? It's basic? Okay. We'll just do the basic opener then. So we can get all our pets up and running. We'll get called Dreadstalkers. I think what I'll do is I'll dead the portal and I'll call Dreadstalkers, build up Soul Shards, Handle Dawn into Soul Cleave, into Handle Dawn, into a Tyrant, and just see what goes, yeah? Let's just try it, yeah, dudes? Let's just try that. So we go Demon Bolt into Demon Doggo, into Dot. We're gonna summon Portal. Demon Doggos, Shadow Bolt. Wait, that took 2 Soul Shards either way for some reason. Alright, game. Thank you. We're gonna do this. Popping this. Empowering all the demons that are up. Oh, this has a pretty big burst though. But how much damage is it gonna do after? That's a lot of pets. Did anyone do good damage? Hope so. Yeah, this had a little really good burst. This had really good burst. I think this did a little bit more damage than the other one. I mean, I'm kind of sacrificing cooldowns now, but the Tyrant wasn't that bad at all. This is a, what, a 3-minute cooldown, so it should do a lot of bursts, let's be honest, yeah? Your Tyrant does a bit of damage. Your Felguard does a bit of damage too. Your Dreadstalkers did a bit. Wrathguard, which I guess is another summon, did okay. Urzul did okay. But like, what else did I summon? Was that it? I think it was it. Maybe I did it wrong too. Not like the portal, anyway, demonic, OG, sacrifice souls, always been demonic. Well, it's still cool to test it. It does a good damage. At least it seems to do good damage. What about a Vilfiend? I want to see. I mean, the numbers are relative, right? The numbers are all going to change, but in terms of like the portal, it does do quite a bit of cooldown. Hold on. Pets, please. Eat yourselves. There we go. I wonder if Vilfiend is any good. How much does that guy do? How much damage do you do? Go! Do the spit. I probably should have reset it, shouldn't I? No! Current fight, I can do that. Oh, he actually does quite a bit. Vile spit, and there's a dot effect. And a headbutt. Okay, cool. Did a bit of damage. Cool. Portal is weird, but 3 CD ruins the demonic consumption of sacrifice souls is just better. I feel like the spec will definitely feel better with a lot more haste, but yeah. I feel like when they had the Baleful Invocation and random Tyrant procs, you could get a lot of soul shards to really just channel through. But without anything that comes from BFA on Demonology Warlock, you're just not gonna have this utility. So you gotta play very base, like very first Warlock, Demonology Warlock playstyle. Does anybody remember what Demonology played with before? It wasn't a lot. It had specific playstyle, and it was actually pretty good until I think Demonology on beta for BFA, beta for Azeroth, was actually pretty good until the other specs got better traits, and then Demonology just fell behind because it didn't have good traits. But it was really good to start, but maybe it was just some balance in beta. Vilfiend in PvP is trolling spell. Vilfiend is a fire spell. Vilfiend is fire? Wait, like it's a different cast, it locks you on fire instead of shadow? Is that what it is? That's true, that's new. I didn't know that. This seems poor sustained. With Vilfiend, I can see the poor sustained, yeah. I wonder if from the shadows and Dreadlash might be a good playstyle. Hits troll targets for 8 seconds, it deals 35% more damage. Over demonic strength. I wonder if inner demons might be good, just to constantly be summoning pets. Yes, if you kick it, you'll lock a fire. That's cool, I didn't know that. So maybe sacrifice souls is the way to go. What if I go inner demons and sacrifice souls? And I guess demonic strength and soul strike, yeah? What if I do this? What if I do this, right? We'll just go for normal playstyle. We'll summon all our pets and all that. Open up Demon Bolt. Call Dreadstalkers. We'll summon a bunch of pets. We'll go for Heneguldan. You know, Soul Cleave, Heneguldan. We'll empower all the pets we have now, and we'll just go and just start shadow bolting. And we need to get a Doom on there too. So all the pets do a little bit more damage now. Now shadow bolts do a bit more damage too. Please instant cast whenever possible, I guess. I should have popped Troll Racial too. Now we have a bunch of imps. Feels okay. Whoa, we actually do more damage. What the fuck? Did I just get a lot of procs? I think I just might have got a lot of crits there. That probably is what it is. Unless the damage is really good, because Doom didn't even tick. This might be the playstyle then. Summon a bunch of pets and then just do Shadow Bolts. I don't know how good that'll be in PvP, because in PvP you don't always have the ability to just stand still and cast. But, never know, right? Because pets up and running. More pets up and running. We'll have to get ourselves Doom back up and running too. Let's get the Felguard spin to win. Use as many instances as we got. Yeah, wanted to ask how you put team names in the game spectator mode. You have to basically have to. It's like a normally on keyboard you hit V to bring up health bars. You need to Control V to see allies too, or you just might need to go into the settings before you do the spectator mode thing. Essentially, the Shadow Bolt, and I'm gonna try to see if we can get 2 sets of imps here. Probably should have done that set of imps thing a little bit better because of Tyrant. Fuck it, I'll just use Tyrant. I don't know if that'll be good or not. Probably not. But now we can do a little bit more damage with the Doom Bolts. Or not Doom Bolts. Demon Bolts. It doesn't really seem like any of the playstyles are any that much better. So, again, damage is relative. But I guess comparing now, which playstyle feels good? You know what? Actually, summoning a fatty Tyrant to do big crit damage still feels really good to play. Not gonna lie. Even though it doesn't seem to do the most amount of damage, damage is, you know, gonna change. It's alpha. But it feels really good to play still. Getting a fatty Tyrant is still possible. It just don't have all the utility of just random soul shards, which I kind of miss, but it's okay. This doesn't feel bad either, though. Just summoning as many pets as possible really doesn't feel bad at all. I wonder how big you can get your Demon Bolts and Shadow Bolts to be, though. Like with an army of demons. I do Bombers for dungeons. Bombers will still be, I think, really good. It doesn't have a cap. And Demonology still doesn't have a cap on Implosion either, so you'll actually be able to do quite a bit of AoE. Especially if you pull a bunch of things together, Demonology will be the spec to do with AoE. Especially with all your pets. Like, look at this. Imagine all this to every enemy. That seems pretty good. Alright, back up, pet. Back up, back up, back up. Implosion didn't do it. Well, it didn't do that bad of damage, actually, on a single guy. And it summoned random demons, too. Does he do anything? Darkhound's trying to do something. He's biting. You're doing stuff. Okay, Darkhound did 1,000 damage. That's actually not terrible. He did 1,000, which isn't terrible. Okay, these imps gotta go, dude. Imps. Stop it. Stop it. You're padding meters already. You're making my DPS look worse than it is. Imps do quite a bit of damage too. Your pet, it seems, does a lot of your damage, though. If you were to separate, I think your pet does more damage than you do, essentially. That's cool. In PvP pleasure through pain, I prefer Bile Scourge because of my Shavara Succubus buffs with 50% damage, while Dreadlash doesn't do a bonus damage. Dreadlash? Is Dreadlash the... That doesn't seem damage? The Dread Bite? Is it a physical? Oh no. Wanted to know how you put the team names at the top of the screen where it shows scores. I don't know what you mean. The top of the screen where it shows score. Top of the screen where it shows score. I don't know what you mean. We're gonna get a free loot, see more crying, Robert. We still will, I think. I will do a queue at least to my rogue, and I think we'll go back to alpha after. But I haven't even been on alpha on Shadow. No, we have probably some also we've done sometime this week, I think. But yeah, it's been since alpha, I'm a changed man, dude. I'm stuck in the Shadowlands, boys. I'm in the afterlife already, you know what I mean? Alrighty, we can take a look at Demon Destruction now. That's cool. I like that I have recount now, so at least you'll be able to see numbers. Like what hit seems to do a lot of damage, what doesn't. Alrighty, we're gonna try Warlock. So Warlock, let's go over the class again. What do we have? So same class abilities as before. Nothing new in the class part except Incinerate instead of Shadow Bolt. That's it. Then we go to the abilities. We still have Chaos Bolt, does always criticals. 2 soul shards, conflagrate, 2 charges, 11-second recharge. Reduce the caster move next Chaos Bolt or Incinerate by 30% for 10 seconds. Generate 5 soul shard fragments. You have Havoc, which will do 60% of initial damage. So Cleave, I think, is not 100%. It's only 60. That's a pretty big nerf. Not a massive, but still, you'll still be able to get resources though, so I guess that's nice. Immolate does a bit of damage. Periodic damage generates 1 soul shard fragment, has a 50% chance to generate additional 1 on critical strikes. Then you have Rain of Fire, 3 soul shards. Shadow Fury, your Summon Inferno, which will generate fragments every half a second. Backdraft, Conflict reduces the caster move with Chaos Bolt. Maximum 4 charges. And still same mastery of random spell deals additional damage and plus additional up to a certain point, and you take reduced damage plus additional to a certain point. So very erratic. Chaotic energies. We'll see Demon Hunter today. We could try Demon Hunter too. Worst thing is Shadowlands and Warlocks, I guess, very sad. I don't know. Some people are not sure about mages either. Dreadlish modifies Dread by attack. It doesn't count as your damage, so Succubus ignores that spell. That's unfortunate. You know, when you show Method Orange versus Wildcard Gaming, for example, BlizzCon 3v3, can put names like that through Arena Game Spectator? I don't know. I've never actually been able to do it myself, Santosh. You probably can somehow, but I have no idea how to do it. I think the one they have on the stage for the names, the one they have on the stage is a little different than what we have in game. They have like a poor man's version, which gets some updates, but most features are just not there. They've been changing a little, but the most updated one is the one that Blizzard has. Try Shadow Priest, yes, early in the stream. Take a look at the talents we have still. Flashover, Eradication, it's Soulfire. I don't know if Soulfire changed. I'll need to take a look at that, but it seems the same as live. But I've never played it, so like, how would I know? We have Reverse Entropy for 50% haste. I think it's less now. I think it's 30 on live, but I could be wrong. We have Internal Combustion, which last time I checked didn't work. Let's see if it works now. So what it does is when you Chaos Bolt, it will consume 5 seconds of Immolate. Does it consume Immolate now? Nope, so it's broken. That just doesn't work, but it should. Shadowburn, I don't know if that's any different. Again, I don't ever play it. Nobody ever has a reason to play this. We got Demon Skin, Burning Rush, Dark Pact. Then we have Inferno, so Rain of Fire deals 20% more damage, 20% chance to generate soul shard fragments. Did they change this? We have Fire and Brimstone, which apparently does a little more damage now. And Cataclysm, which will immolate enemies within 8 yards, all of them, so no cap on that. Infernal, does it have a cap? Rain of Fire? I think it has a cap, right? No cap, so that's one class that doesn't have a cap. Thank you so much. One more question. Can you show a player's perspective instead of top view, camera, spectator? I mean, I can kind of have a camera follow them with keybinds, but I don't remember what the keybinds are, to be honest. I need to log on live and actually be in a spectator mode to see it. Bird challenge is the same? Okay, thank you. Mortal Coil is the same, but you're called Death Coil still. Then we got Tongue-Tied. Roaring Blaze, which Tongue-Tied is the same. Roaring Blaze does a bit of Conflict, burns for a bit additional damage. Groomer Supremacy, while Inferno is active, soul shards you spend increase the damage of a Chaos Bolt. So that playstyle still works. Groomer Sacrifice, sacrifice the demon pet for power, getting in command of demon abilities, so gain their ability and do shadow damage randomly on abilities. Then you have a level 50 Soul Conduit, refund soul shards has a 50% chance to be refunded, or each soul shard you spend has a 50% chance to be refunded. Channel Demon Fire, which does, it scales, I guess, with haste, the faster cooldown with haste. Launches 15 bolts of hellfire over 2.6 seconds at random targets afflicted by Immolate within 40 yards. Each bolt deals a bit of fire damage and fire damage to nearby enemies. I don't know if that's any different. And Dark Sensibility for 30% more crit. So essentially the playstyle for this spec is no different. We do have also a... Here we go. Wait. It's here. Demonic Circle, like every other spec. So that's pretty cool. So, as a Destro, how would you play the spec, actually? I guess you would play it the same way as normal. Also, summoning pets has a much longer cast time. So, swapping pets, I feel like in combat, it's going to be so much harder. Alright, so let's just try playing the OG build. I'm not so certain I know for sure exactly how you used to play the Destruction from back in the day, man. But I know you try to get yourself a bunch of soul shards spent in the opener, and when your pet is about 20 seconds away from dissipating, want to pop Dark Soul and try to get as many Casbolts in as you can. You're gonna re-immolate, I guess. I guess my immolates suck. Wait, nope. Another Casbolt instead. You can do a lot of damage. I mean, compared to Demonology, right? You're already blasting. Casbolts are hitting quite hard. Your pets are doing quite a lot of damage too. Oh, that's a lot. But the pet does disappear before. It seems like your pet's Firebolt does a bit of damage, but I think your Casbolts are going to do a lot more than anything. So maybe your pet damage is not as good for Destruction. I could be wrong though. No, it's a little bit less than Incinerate. But you know, your pet still does damage. But yeah, so Destro I think is still going to have a really good burst playstyle. Without all this extra haze buffs though, it is going to be a little bit tough. Not going to lie. It is going to be a little tough. Destro would be nice if they bring back old Shadowburn. Yeah. Well, there is a playstyle that was trying to with Shadowburn. So basically it's a playstyle where it's not about burst damage, but rather it's all about trying to maintain as much... Yeah, so Havoc does less damage than the OG targets. That's a little interesting. Okay, pet, stop attacking. So let's try to build maybe with Soulfire and Shadowburn, and that feels a little bit better. It's not about burst anymore. You're just trying to sustain damage instead. But your burst, I mean, you do a lot of damage with burst, right? Let's be honest, you do a lot of damage with burst. Damage numbers are going to be all over the place, but it's a lot compared to what we were looking at Demonology. I was struggling to make 1,000 damage per second, essentially. So let's try my build I was trying. Let's try on Soulfire, Shadowburn, Roaring Blaze. I think I had Soul Conduit, so we'll wait on instability. And I was thinking like, hey, this actually doesn't feel too terrible. It's like just a lot of soul shards and more consistent damage the whole time. I don't know how good it'll be. It probably won't be good, but we'll just try it. We'll just mess with it. Yeah. And we won't have our Tyrant, but this could be even more sustained. Because I think they buff the damage on Soulfire and Shadowburn in Shadowlands a little bit more. So it might be okay. Maybe. Let's just try it. I just want to see what this feels like and what damage I'm able to put up with it. Just go instacast. Kind of want to use. Oh, I kind of want a Casbolt. We gotta use other. Could put this shit on cooldown too. Put these other abilities on CD ASAP. Casbolt. Not really good at it. I had a pretty rough opener there. $700. Yeah, I feel like the other build that I had was just a lot better. Just a tried and true build. But I wonder if you could get, if Infernal Combustion would actually work. I wonder if that could be actually really good. Actually, no, hold on. I have my Infernal backup, so let's try this with Infernal. Maybe this could be okay with Infernal. The one so far is so anticlimactic. Yeah. Which are like classic or something. What if you win Eradication? Because I remember Eradication was also really good. Since Infernal Combustion doesn't work, let's try Reverse Entropy. Just so you might be able to get more raw damage out. Maybe like a more sustain based build. Maybe. Let's try it, dude. It doesn't hurt to try, right? But I think we're gonna end up playing the original build that we did in Shadowlands, essentially. Here we go, trying to get some Casbolts in. We'll go with a big old Channel Demon Fire. Does a bit of damage. Trying to keep Eradication rolling. Yeah, if you could get that together with Internal Combustion, that could be pretty good together, I think. I think the burst damage difference might have been the fact that I didn't have Infernal the other time, actually. I think that might have been the biggest damage difference there. Okay, let's get another Casbolt in. We'll follow up with a cast into Channel Demon Fire so we can have the damage buff on that. into another Chaos build to activate the damage buff. Yeah, I think the other build that we had was just so much stronger. The OG build of summoning an Inferno and just having him do the most amount of damage ever. I think that's still going to be the playstyle, at least as we have right now. Even though you don't have all the nice talents to facilitate that playstyle to make it even better, it just felt much better. But maybe now you'll be able to play other talents, like maybe Channel Demon Fire will be really good in Cleave now, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't really good prior. Wasn't really good anywhere. We'll try Affliction Demon also. I did Demo and we did Affliction earlier, but we didn't have a recount with Demo, so maybe we could go back and recount that one. What are you guys thinking? I think we'll end up going back to the original build, man. Affliction is king at the moment. Is it really? Is it that good? I really want to try to get in a dungeon, dude. Maybe I should have had a dungeon queue the whole time. They're so hard to get into, dude. It's impossible. No one queues. Or no one wants to play tank or healer queues. When you want to test a damage dealer, it's a little sad. So what I've been doing with tunes, I've been basically taking them out just all over the fucking world, just going fighting things. Just putting myself in like AoE situations, single target, some big elite, and try to see if I can burn it down ASAP, you know? Little things like that. Subrogue, I wonder how it's getting in PvP. I have a video on Subrogue on the channel. I think I should check that first. I'll probably go back to Subrogue eventually. Alright, let's see Affliction real quick. Let me just get the right talents first. Flashover with Dark Soul and Supremacy. I think you're going to be sticking with that for a bit. At least, unless the spec gets a lot of changes with it. What is your favorite class spec so far? Outlaw Rogue by far. Easily, dude. I love the changes to the Outlaw. Yeah. Trying to lock a team? Yeah. Trying out. See what they like. What is your did you try? Yeah, I tried it already. Anything for your words yet? I made a video, or I already have a video planned for Fear Wars to release for tomorrow, but they're feeling okay. The lack in gear, which gives them a lot of haste and crit, which kind of sucks, but they feel okay to play. Like, they feel good. Except there was one ability that feels pretty bad to press. It's your Ignore Pain. It costs 80 rage, so instead of pressing Rampage, you basically press Ignore Pain as defensive, which might not be that bad in the long run, but yeah. Had the best 2 hours of sleep of my life, and you that's gonna cure my insomnia. The best 2 hours? Dude, try to get some more sleep, but insomnia, I guess you can't really, can you? Well, I'm glad you got some sleep, my dude. I hope the shaman changes are gonna be good once this is live. The Maelstrom resource at the moment is dreadful. I don't know, Maelstrom resource right now isn't terrible. You get used to it, but when you play on the alpha, it is definitely first jarring, going from Maelstrom to cooldowns, but I think cooldowns will end up being better. You know, you got to change your thinking. You got to think like a paladin with priority of like which ability have priority, rather than like, oh shit, let me use a builder and spender, which flips on its head. But the one thing that stays is the random procs of Stormstrike though, so that's enjoyable. Favorite class? I think Rogue so far, but Rogue's my main, so what can you do, right? I think I'm a little biased in that. Alright, let's see if we can get ourselves a big setup. We'll try to play more or less the... Dude, let's play Drain Soul. That could be fun as hell. I know everybody plays Deathbolt, but let's play Drain Soul. So we're gonna pop ourselves Siphon Life, UA, Corruption, Agony, get ourselves the big old Phantom Singularity onto the main boss. We'll pump him with Haunt. We'll extend our dots with Dark Lair. We'll have Dark Soul Misery, and we'll just blast Malefic Rapture in a single guy, yeah? How does that sound, boys? Okay, I think I'm ready. Here we go. Dot him up, fool. Dot him up. Dot him up. Dot him up. That's a lot of dots, dude. Get ourselves buffs. Extend shit. Pump. Blasting. 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 Wait. Blasting again. How's my single target? We gotta refresh stuff. Refreshing stuff. Refreshing our shit. Blasting again. Feels pretty good. Doesn't feel terrible. I feel like Affliction is going to be not a bursty spec anymore though. It's going to have some burst, but it's going to be more about sustained damage. As long as you're maintaining your dots. I can't let him fall off, dude. Ever. I also forgot my dot. I forgot my... Oh no, I forgot the Curse of Doom. That's another dot I forgot. Oh, those are some good crits. That's some juicy crits right there. You're gonna pre-apply dots. Oh my god, when you stack so many dots to manage, it just becomes like, oh, really, like, oh shit, it's gonna fall off, dude. That doesn't feel good, but Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, you might want to play less dots so you have more, like, sustained build. But you can play this dot management game if you want to. That's not out of the loop. Yeah, it doesn't feel too terrible. I think Drain Life might feel better as an execute, though. Because Malefic Rapture does a bit of damage. Oh my god, that is a lot of damage, actually. The pet does a bit of damage. The Dark Layer did a bit of damage, too. I like this though, the dots, dude, just dots everywhere. I wonder if Creeping Death will be a better playstyle though, with faster dots. I play Siphon Live because Malefic Rapture does more damage per dot, so I would put this on, but it doesn't feel good to play. I kind of want to try Absolute Corruption. And maybe go with Nightfall procs. And we could say this, we could keep this. I want to try Creeping Death, but I gotta wait 7 seconds. I want to try Creeping Death though, because doesn't Creeping Death synergize with Nightfall, so you get more procs, it's more ticks, so because things tick back faster, tick down faster. Or am I wrong? I wanted to Shout Embrace since I'll be creeping up buffs too. That might not be as good as Haunt. Yeah, probably say Haunt, honestly. Here we go. Alrighty, let's try this. Put full dots. Doom. Get a big old bop. Bop. Let's try getting our Malefic Raptures in it. We don't have our pet to extend the dots, but it's okay. I just want to see what this feels like. We're gonna reapply our dots. Shadow Bolton. Just Shadow Bolton. Yeah, I wonder what will be the playstyle for Affliction. Because this is doing some sustained damage, but not really doing too much. Because dots are taking back faster. I would think that'd be a lot of damage. Yeah, Malefic Rapture does quite a bit of damage. So maybe you will want to try to line up as many damage over time abilities. So I think Siphon Life might be the go-to. Because it does... I mean, basically it doubles in damage for every dot. You can do 3 back to back. Yeah, because I only have so many dots. It doesn't have the most amount of damage stacked. Maybe I just didn't have like the full burst together with the Dark Layer. Maybe that's why the damage was a little different. Let's go and do DPS. Yes, let's do DPS with Siphon Life. Maybe we'll go back to Siphon then. And maybe Deathbolt is the way to go now. God, where am I gonna put this, dude? I got so many abilities now. We'll put it right here. So let's try. Let's actually. Yeah, let's do Siphon Life, and I'll put a corruption on this thing again just so it takes off the infinite corruption. We're just gonna remove it. What else? Let's go back to Dark Soul Misery. Let's try to get as close of a build as what you would use on live, like a Death Bolt, Dark Soul Misery. But you won't have that Azurite Elemental, but it's okay. Also, Honor Talents haven't got changed any. They didn't touch them at all yet. That'd be fun. But having to Curse the Tongues would be too much, though. Alright, cool. You were doing 200 more DPS with Siphon? Yeah. It seems like it might be just better with the Malefic, but that's maybe for pure single target them. But like Enclave, you'll still want, you know, Agony and Corruption because that'll do more damage. And again, they might adjust the numbers for abilities too. So I'm just looking at like what the current build is, what seems to do the most damage, but they'll adjust the numbers. So essentially, I would actually honestly want to turn off recount and just find a playstyle that feels good, because Blizzard can always tune the numbers. As long as there's like a good playstyle that feels good to play, you know what I mean? Let's see orders for Pally. We might check him out later. Maybe. It's close to the stream end time, honestly. We'll see. Alright, let's try this. We'll just try the full setup here. Try to see if we can get our dots. We'll go for the haste build, honestly. Pop everything here. Pop UA. Extend our dots. Start blasting. Hold on. Need Death Coil too. I think I might have missed something there. It doesn't seem like the pet extends dots by that much, because they're about to fall off. Oh my god. Don't fall off! Don't fall off! Hang in there! Yeah, it didn't seem like he extended dots. Does he extend dots anymore? Extends duration of your dots on 8 enemies by 8 seconds, so that doesn't seem like a lot. But maybe with low haste, it's like you can feel it a lot more. Pop all this. We go to Death Call. Boom. Yeah, Death Call does no damage. Death Bolt, I mean, does no damage, it feels. It's all about Malefic Rapture and the dots. Yeah, I wonder how this will affect the spec overall, this playstyle. I would have loved for Creeping Death to be like a really solid cooldown though, or a solid talent, but I guess we'll see what sims the best later. But I think it is going to be more or less this type of build. Death Bolt though is not worth anymore. I feel like it just does so little damage now. I think it might be Drain Soul or Nightfall, big old Execute, Warlock. Just random Shadow Balls that actually do a little bit of damage while you're micromanaging dots. And hit a Malefic Rapture whenever you can. This would be very interesting, yeah, but this is Affliction, boys. More or less. No more Shadow Bolts for Affliction? No, he's still a Shadow Bolt. Wait, what was that? My Corruption at the end? It looked like my Corruption tick just now, but hard to tell. Oh my god. Dude, I'm not used to recount at all. Holy shit, this looks so weird. Cannot wait until they add details on this, because I feel like with details is just, I like the way the structure stuff, you know what I mean? Having to see my pets, figure out how much damage they're doing, it's just too weird, man. It's just too weird. I'm not used to it. But anyway, boys, I think I'm gonna call it there. Demon Hunter? There's not a lot new in Demon Hunter, really. They kind of lost abilities, honestly. I mean, they're still gonna be really strong, but yeah, certain abilities got lost for them. I'm talking to somebody in the general chat. They asked, is a level 53 cap? Because they're saying they have the XP bar still at level 53. So I'm asking them if they get XP when they kill stuff. Balance Droid? I made a video on droids not long ago on the channel. I feel like if you want to, I mean, we sometimes look at droids. We sometimes look at some of the classes that we've covered already on the streams before. But if you want to, I already have a video on droids. So if you want to check that out, it's as detailed as it can be. You can check that out if you wish. Lost abilities like 12 to start with. Lost abilities we have like 12 to start. So they didn't lose abilities, but lost certain parts of abilities. Like Blade Dance no longer has a dodge or anything. Already covered Shamans. We have not taken a close look at the Shamans. No, not today. Today we'll look at Warlocks and Priests, I think, and that's it. Take a long look at those two classes, honestly. Alrighty, but I think I'm gonna call it here, boys. I gotta get some food. I gotta get some eats. I gotta get some videos rendering for tomorrow. And I gotta figure out if I've done my keys and my rogue today, because I might need to run some more revisions and a key in order to have at least summon to open for tomorrow, because I'm still raiding, right? And I think tonight we might be doing a Nilithic carry, so that'd be pretty good amount of gold there too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be doing more classes probably tomorrow. We'll open up like whatever M+ chests I have and be a retail. And then we'll go back to Shadowlands and test more stuff, yeah? I might even go and some of the classes that we have not tested yet, I might try to see if I can unlock their Covenant abilities. It might take a little bit of time, but, you know, while the video is rendering, like, what else is there for me to do, right? I basically can't really do much while somebody's just sitting there rendering, so, yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good one. Peace.
my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ack, now I gotta roll with ice. Cody's brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ack, now I gotta roll with ice. Ride or die, 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 ride or die. Cody's brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ack, now I gotta ride or die.